Hello there everybody, Sam's Trains here and welcome back to the railway and welcome back to another locomotive review. Today I have one of my friends from Sodor over for a review and of course it's this guy. This is of course Gordon and I think he's the biggest Thomas and Friends locomotive that Hornby produce at the moment. And if I just show you the end of the box you can see what this is. This is, as I say, Gordon the Blue Engine R9291. And yes, I bought this from directly from Hornby in the Hornby winter sale for just under £75, which I thought was quite a good price. So yes, I snapped one up so that I could show you guys this. I'll just show you what's on the back of the box because it is quite cool. You can see the whole of the Hornby Thomas range with all the locomotives and the rolling stock there. There's some quite nice offerings there, I think. But yes, I think I won't keep you waiting with this. I'm going to get this one open straight away. So here we go then with Gordon, the big blue engine. Okay. Let's see if we can get this out. There we are, and I'll just show you what the paperwork says very briefly. I'm not going to look at this very much, but yeah, this is the Edward, Gordon and James operating and maintenance instructions, and inside it really just shows you how to oil things, and that's it really, and fit the DCC decoder. But we're not bothered about any of that today. Let's just get this out and see what it's like, shall we? So I'll just move the white piece of card, and here we go. Let's take the plastic sleeve off, if it will. Hey up Gordon, don't worry, I'll get you out of there in just a second mate. Let me get this open. Alright, here we go, let's take the plastic off. And there he is, there's Gordon. He's still got a smile on his face, so yep, I don't think he's been in here for too long. But yes, here he is, let me show you. Yep, number 4 of course, so there we have it, Gordon. And I'm going to review him up close in a little bit more detail in just a second, but first of all I thought I might give you all a little bit of information on Gordon's history and where he came from. So here we go. So Gordon was born in 1922 and he was born by Sir Nigel Gresley and he later became the basis for Gresley's 8-1. Gordon was then sent to Sodor in 1923 where he can still be found today. He also has a TV career and he's played himself in Thomas and Friends since the 1980s, and although he is considered an actor, it's said that he's just like his character in real life, so that's quite good to know. This year Gordon will be celebrating his 95th birthday and he's still acting today. And here's a quick shout out to Damn Sam, so yes, thank you to you. Alright, let's get on with the review. Okay, so there he is then, Gordon up on the white background, and he looks to be a pretty good model, but the first thing I've got to ask is, what in heaven's name are these things? I mean, I know they're supposed to be lamp irons, but you can't put a lamp on one of those with a great bulbous blob on the top of them. Right, I'm pretty sure that in real life the A1s didn't have lamp irons like that. And I've never seen Gordon have them like that either, on Thomas, so what on earth are they doing? I mean, I guess it's a mistake, I guess they've been put in upside down, but if Hornby had any quality control whatsoever, they would have noticed this early on and corrected it so that only the first few models, or perhaps even none of the models, had an issue like this. But I can't actually find a modern version of Gordon that doesn't have them like that, which means that it's just been totally disregarded. So yeah, he has the oddest lamp irons I've ever seen, so yeah, thanks Hornby for that. That's probably the weirdest moment ever on this channel. But apart from that, the model seems to be pretty good. You know, you've got quite a lot of detailed paintwork, the red lining on the boiler is very nicely done, and of course you have the lining across the front of Gordon, which is very characteristic of him, I think. Obviously you have that very characteristic Thomas yellow painting on the windows, which aren't glazed sadly, but that's fair enough. I think it looks more Gordon-like without glazed windows, I suppose. So that is pretty nice. You do have a separately fitted handrail, of course, which looks pretty good, and also Gordon's safety valves or whistles. I'm not too sure what they're supposed to be. But yes, they are separately fitted and they are metal too. Let's have a look at Gordon's face then. Now, I'm no Thomas expert, but that is a pretty good face, I would say. You can certainly tell it's Gordon, I think. So that is pretty good as well. And of course the buffer beam, you're not going to be expecting sprung buffers on here, but you do have a separately fitted vacuum pipe, which is very nice. Inside the cab you can see Gordon does have a fair bit of detail inside there. Sadly it's not painted, but I guess that's what you expect. And let's have a quick look at the tender then. Again, a very, very interesting looking tender, with the number 4 of course, very nicely applied there. You have this sort of lever which is leaning dangerously towards where the driver would be, so I don't know why that's so wonky, but I guess it was fitted like that. The coal is quite realistic looking, it's quite fine actually, it looks very nice indeed. And of course the moulded detail here is pretty good, as you can see on the underframe, but it is blue, so yeah, that's quite odd. But yes, Gordon, what an interesting model. These lamp irons have sort of made my day actually, so yes, that's pretty interesting. But other than those, it seems to be a fairly nicely built model. There are a few defects on it, you know, where things have been bumped and things. This was brand new, and that is the way it came from Hornby. So yes, it does have a few quirks, but yeah, it seems to be okay for the most part. Okay, let's get him down onto the track then, and we will see how he runs, shall we? Alright folks, so there he is then, Gordon down onto the main line, and we'll talk about performance in just a second, but first of all let me show you what else is on the layout today. Gordon is about to couple up to some ex-LNER teak coaches, which are in the blood and custard livery, 4 of those. And then on the middle line, of course, we have Thomas with Annie and Clarabelle, so hopefully you'll all enjoy seeing him today. And then on the very inner line, we have Gordon's brother, of course, which is the Flying Scotsman, and she also has 4 teak coaches. And also, I think there are 7 other locomotives hidden on the layout. All of them have characters in Thomas based on them. So yeah, see if you can name them all, and if you get stuck, check out my video on Thomas and Friends locomotives in real life, which you can click on now in the top corner. Okay, Gordon then, performance. I was totally shocked, I must admit, when I opened Gordon for the first time, to find that actually the motor is in the tender. This is a tender driven model and not a loco drive. I couldn't believe it. I genuinely thought that was a thing of the past. And yes, there are a lot of good reasons why I don't like tender driven locomotives. Admittedly, this one does run absolutely superbly because it's brand new, but in 10 years time I wouldn't like to say. Okay, let's give it a test then. I must say, as I say, it is a very, very smooth runner. Right, I'm just easing the power up right now. And there we go, Gordon is just creeping forwards. And I must admit, actually, this is about as good as my Ringfield motor CD conversion. It really does run fantastically. There we go, a bit more slow speed, speed it up a bit more, and reverse. Let's see how she does, well, he does in reverse. It's very tempting to call it a she, because normally they are she's, but no, not in Thomas. So as you can see, absolutely fantastic. Nothing wrong with the performance in that at all. Alright then, Gordon mate, do you want to just pop forwards again, and then we'll send you off to your coaches and see if you can pull them. Okay, let's do it. Okay, slow down. There we are, he's in shot there. So, okay then, Gordon has his coaches. Hopefully they're coupled, I can't see from here, but I should think they are. Right, here we go then. Go on then, Gordon, let's do a bit of an express train speed. There we go. Okay, and let's start Thomas. Here he goes with Danny and Clarabelle. And of course, Gordon's brother, the Flying Scotsman. Okay, enjoy your train spotting, everybody. So I'm not a fan of the Ringfield motor, but I have to admit Gordon really, really does run brilliantly. He really does. Here he comes, just going to go under the passenger, well, yeah, the passenger footbridge, that's right. A very bright colour, isn't he? Whoop. What happened there? I've never noticed him do that before, but there's Thomas, obviously. Guess you all know who that is. And is Gordon's brother on his way? Yes, he is, the Flying Scotsman, which is an LNER Class A3, of course. But yeah, having looked at some of the older Hornby Gordon models, he always looks a little more dark coloured, but he's definitely, I don't know how to describe it, a more sort of milky blue. But yeah, you'll have to let me know. He certainly seems lighter, the modern version, but yeah, I don't know how correct or incorrect that is. But you guys can let me know, because you guys are experts. There's the Flying Scotsman looking great, of course. Always good fun running that model. And we're just waiting on Gordon now. There he is. And Thomas, of course. All running very well together, as you'd expect. And of course Gordon, because he has that heavy tender drive, he can actually pull quite a lot as well, so it's not all bad, I suppose. And now for my ratings then for the Hornby Gordon. First of all, detail 6 out of 10. It isn't a greatly detailed model, but obviously it's not really supposed to be, so not too bad there. Performance 7 out of 10. I really wasn't expecting it to be tender driven, and I don't think modern locomotives should be. Character 10 out of 10. Of course Gordon has a lot of character. Build quality 8 out of 10. It's sort of not bad, but of course the lamp irons are in the wrong way, and there's a few little defects on there which I don't think should be there if it's going to be a quality model. Value then, I've got this in the winter sale for £73 I think. That's okay, but for £110 of full price it's not okay. But for my price, 8 out of 10, not too bad. Overall then, 7.64 out of 10, and if we put Gordon into the rankings there, you can see that makes him 6th, just above the P2 and just below the 9F. Alright then everybody, well that is just about it for today. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please give it a like. And also don't forget to leave me a comment telling me which Thomas engines you spotted, hiding in the various sidings and things. And also if you'd like to, you can check out the Facebook and the Twitter pages, and they are at facebook.com/samstrains and twitter.com/samstrains. And also if you'd like to send in your photos, pictures, artwork, whatever you like to have put up on this wall of fame of mine, you can just email those in to samstrains@outlook.com and I'll print those off and put them up for you. But for now folks, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Cheers everybody.